This step is tricky. It's kind of tedious and it's got to be done just right. So make sure you take your time when you do this and you have a nice sharp pencil. So head on over to the pencil sharpener before you get started. We want to make our cone so it lines up exactly centered on our cutout for the hole. But we also want to make sure that this front edge of the cone here lays flat on the table. We don't want the cone pointed off into space like that because the weight will tip over our base. We want it sitting flat on the table. So we need to mark that. So take a look at the side of your cone here. Now I am going to take my cone and lift it so that I'm looking down the center. So I'm looking down from this way, and I see that my hole is centered right in that cone. Okay. Now take your nice sharp pencil, place it on the side of or the edge of your base here, set it right on it with that angle, and then I'm just going to go straight down, following the side of my base kind of as a ruler. So you'll notice that gives me a pencil line that's parallel with the side of my base. So now I can go over to the sander and sand up to this pencil line, and it'll fit exactly even with my base when I glue it on next. Okay, so now we need to set the angle on our disc sander again. Just like the last time, loosen the knobs a half a turn. And now I'm going to move this table down so that my pencil line here is parallel with the face of the disc. So it's easiest for me to look at it from above. So I'm going to tilt that down until my pencil line is parallel with the disc, and then snug it back up. Again, remember, there is no tighten as hard as you can award. So now, when I sand this, try and keep this edge of your cone parallel with the slot here in the table. So if these are parallel with each other, you know you're straight. But if they start getting off of parallel, then you know that you're going to have a crooked joint. So let's sand that. And then as soon as you're up to the line, go ahead and stop. So now that this is sanded to angle, it fits exactly to the side of my base. It's centered right over the hole, and it sits flat on the table. Let's say you're a little bit off like that. That's okay. Just mark it, readjust, come on back, and sand that again.